Hey everyone, welcome to the Worshipper's Journey podcast. And so excited to have each and one of you join in with us. Yes, today I am one man show, I guess. Paul couldn't come on this episode, but you'll see him on the next episode for sure. But today I have a special guest that I'm super excited about because this is a woman of God who I've just seen. I wouldn't say I've seen her grow, but it's like I'm seeing something brand new being birthed in her right now. And I'm just so excited. And it's none other than Damaris Morris. If you know her, you know her. And if you don't know her, you might want to make sure that you know this name because I believe that she is about to launch into something greater right now that she is doing. And I'm excited for today's episode. I got a chance to meet her at Andrews University while she was leading worship at Impact. Shout out to Impact. For those who know, you know. And so as I kept going to Impact and seeing her lead worship, I was like, this girl has an anointing on her. And luckily, we got a chance to connect. I just the other day I was watching our video of me backing her up when she was leading worship there, and from there on, we just developed this beautiful ministry friendship where we help one another, we love one another, we encourage each other, and so that is why today is special. And I'm glad that we get to kind of dig a little bit deeper on who she is, what's going on, what inspires her. So without further ado, I'm going to bring her in and I would love for you all to show her some love.
Hey,
Hey,
hey, girl.
welcome. Hey,
Thank you.
it's been a minute.
It has. It's been like 5 years, literally.
Yes, I know, which is crazy because it doesn't feel that long, but it
It
has been
has.
that long.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so welcome to the Worshippers podcast. We're so humbled that in your busy schedule, because I know you are busy,
Girl,
booked and busy.
no, I am humbled to be here. So thank you for inviting me
Aw,
on. I'm grateful.
yeah.
I'm appreciative. And I'm happy to be here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're excited, and I know those who are watching are excited as well because, like I said, it's something's brewing, and I can't wait to hear more about it as we
Amen.
continue this conversation.
Mhm.
So I want you just to tell anyone who's watching this, tell us who is Damaris.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I'm Damaris. I'm Damaris Morris. The best way to describe who I am is I'm just a girl from Canada who loves music, loves
Yes.
God, and loves advocating and helping others. That's the best way I can describe myself.
Okay. So you are hailing all the way from Canada, and now you are in.
Now I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I love Atlanta, low key. Um,
Low key, not low key.
low key, I have to stay loyal to Indiana, but low key,
I
I
respect
really
it.
do. I
I
really do
respect it.
love Atlanta. I love the culture. I
Yeah.
just feel like Atlanta is a good place to be.
Yeah.
So tell us about how your musical journey began.
Okay. Let's see. So I started off pretty early, around 3 or 4. My parents put me in piano lessons because my sister, I have an older sister, she was in piano lessons.
Okay.
And like most kids, I didn't really want to be there. I was just like,
Hmm.
I'm doing this because my parents have me in this after school program thing. But
Right.
I had a teacher that was really good. She was this Russian piano teacher, and she was like really strict and like, you got to know this, that, and the other. And
Hmm.
that made me like wonder, why does she love this so much? So I tried
Hmm.
to, pay attention to the things she liked about playing, and I
Hmm.
grew to love playing. So that's my first love. I'm actually a pianist.
Hmm.
And then as I got older, when we were in church, a lot of the girls like to sit around each other and talk about some cute boy they see in the church. I was
Right.
never one of those girls. I actually would sit in the front near the musicians and I would just watch
Mhm.
them play. And I would like, wonder how they learned these chords, and I wanted to be like them basically. And
Hmm.
so yeah, I was just trying to follow after the people who I thought were amazing musicians. And then one day for the first time I saw a female organist. And I thought
Mm.
she was so awesome because I hadn't seen a lot of women in that field or music that were playing
Right.
like that. And so
Mhm.
I remember seeing her and I walked up to her. I must have been like 10. I was like, I want to do that. And she became my
Mm.
organ teacher. And
Wow.
I started doing that. And then I went off to Oakwood and I studied music performance in piano as well as speech language pathology. And there, I really think that's where my gift was cultivated, or it really grew,
Mhm.
because I was in some pretty awesome choirs. I was in Dynamic Praise under the leadership of
Mm.
Bruce Bean, and that's a
Mm.
gospel choir. And then I was in Aeolians, that's a choral choir under Jason Max Ferdinand at the time. And I just had the best of both worlds. So I was able to really experience so many good things and travel the world with some amazing singers. So it was,
Mhm.
yeah, that's how I kind of started. And from there, I started to, I guess, believe in myself and try new things. And now you know me as Damaris, the worship leader or the background vocalist or whatever. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. That's amazing to know because I didn't know that you could play the organ. I
Yeah.
only knew I only knew about the piano, but I'm learning something new today. I did not know about the organ, and
Yes.
just to know, just to think about, like, anyways, I haven't seen many female organists. So
Right.
the fact that you like saw that and you're like, I want to learn how to do that. It makes all
Mhm.
total sense because when I look at your videos of you even during doing covers and the piano, like I can tell that you're not, it's not just you sound good, but musically you have it because you even studied it as well. So
I did.
I mean, if I, I need to come for classes. That's all I can say. That's all I can.
Listen, I'm
I,
open.
that's all I can say because it's one thing to just know how to sing, but when you actually sit down and study
Hmm.
music, it takes things
Hmm.
to a deeper level. So do you feel like even when you listen to music
Hmm.
in general, when you're listening to music, is there a different excitement that you have?
I would say so. When I'm in, let's say I'm in a car with a bunch of people and they may not be as much into music as me, when I
Right.
hear certain chords or people sing certain things, and for me, it's the little things, like the little nuances that I love.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
they'll just be sitting in the car like, okay. And I'm like, you didn't hear that? Like, that was amazing. So yeah, I think it's a different experience for me.
Right.
And that's how I know I'm passionate about it. I love it.
Mhm. Mhm. That I totally get it because I like the bass. I can't play the bass. Okay.
Same.
I love the bass. So sometimes we'll be listening to a song and I'm like, I'm telling Paul, I'm like, did you hear the bass line?
Right.
And he's like, I heard. I'm like, never mind, never mind, never
Yeah,
mind.
you didn't get it. It's
You
fine.
didn't get it. You didn't get it. Just listen to the words. That's
Right.
what you got. That's what you got. You got the revelation from the song.
Correct.
That's all that matters. But that's
Right.
incredible. So can you like expound more like on who really inspired you? Because you did mention a few people who took
Mhm.
you underneath your wing, but like
Yeah.
who else inspired you? Is this one person or
I think it was many people. Now that I look back,
Mhm.
I see that there were so many people along the way that pretty much pushed me to who I am now, to being who I am
Mm.
now. Like I said, that organ teacher, her name is Jean Igwe. She was amazing. I had people like Jordan Service, Kevin Cornwall. Those were people in Toronto that I kind of looked up to, wanted to play like them, be like them. Um, at Oakwood, I mean, there's just so many names. There's so
Right.
many people that help me and that I really look up to. I think in terms of artists that I really vibe with, I would say Mickey Miller,
Mm.
Robert Glasper. Those are people that their music, I feel like it transcends beyond what
Mhm.
most people think about. You know, it's like a
Mhm.
form of communication.
Mhm.
So those are artists that I really look up to, and yeah, I'm grateful for everyone that had a part to play in my life.
Nice, nice. So, I mean, you mentioned some of my favorites because I used to listen to Robert a lot, low key. And somebody's
Music,
learning somebody's learning something new today. But yes,
right?
yes, musically, like actually, I still do want to see him live because I need my ears just to enjoy that.
Listen, I went to his show like a month ago.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it
Amazing.
was just like, perfect. It was perfect.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, those who are tuning in who love music, you know what we're talking about, and those
correct.
but we're not leaving anyone else out. We're gonna
No,
bring you all in.
everyone is a part. Learn who they
Everyone,
are. Learn these
yes,
artists. Yeah.
learn who they are. So you said that you are a vocal coach, you're leading worship, you're a speech pathologist. I mean, so tell us about how you balance all of that along with being really active in ministry.
hmm It is a lot. There is a lot that I haven't even realized until recently that I am doing. And
Mhm,
it can be overwhelming. It could be frustrating, tiring. Um,
mhm,
but how do I balance that? I put things in priority. Number one, my calendar app sees me every day. Like, if I don't
mhm.
use that calendar app, I'm lost. I don't know what's
Right.
happening, where I'm supposed to be, who I'm talking to. So I use that a
Mhm,
lot. But in terms of prioritizing, um, the first thing I do is legit when I wake up, I'm like, okay, God, I need you to literally get through this day. So guide
mhm.
my steps. And from
Yes.
there, I just keep going. I have my
Mhm,
devotion, I pray, I thank him for what he's going to do in the day. And
mhm,
then, I get up and do what I have to do. Um, I would say in terms of what I do now, so speech pathology, vocal coaching, vocal therapy, those are two
mhm.
different things too, but we'll talk about that later.
Right. Okay.
Piano, all of that. I make sure that I do what I can for the day. So I put things in a list. I make a list every day, like what needs to be done today. I don't think
Mhm,
about what has to be done tomorrow or next week. And my brain is kind of like that. I'm always like, okay, I have to do this and that. But I
mhm.
make that list and I'm like, you're going to do your best to get through this list. If I
Yes.
don't, I'm an overthinker. So I'm like, I failed. But that's not really what it is. I did my
Right.
best for the day and I'll make another list tomorrow and get it done. So
That's
that's
good.
that's what I do. Yeah.
That's good. I love how you said that because literally, I just 2 weeks ago, I I, I have a coach right now. I have
Mhm.
a coach, and so like, she was like, "You need a timed planner," and I said, "Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I really need to. I have actually, it will help me. Like, I need to write down
Yeah.
from hour to hour exactly what am I
Yeah.
prioritizing at the time, and it's because it's just like we're busy and
Mhm.
nothing is going to change right now. So
Mhm.
might as well figure out where to prioritize. And
Correct.
yes, and with the help of God, I get through the day
It's
now.
God.
It's
Yeah.
God.
Right.
It really is God. And so I mean, like as we're talking a little bit about ministry, I know that you're right
Mhm.
now in Atlanta, you're leading
Mhm.
worship
Mhm.
every Saturday.
Not every Saturday. I'm on
Okay.
a fixed schedule, but I
Okay.
do read quite a bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, I mean, with all of that, and I
Mhm.
mean, you're a young adult.
Mhm.
How do you? Well, I mean, what do you say to people or young people out there who are not as active in the church anymore? And I
Mhm.
know for me, like there was a moment in my life. I'll say this, like there was that time period, like, when I started college where, like, where all your
Yeah.
friends are now, like, exploring life,
Correct.
and
Mhm.
and unlike that, like, I didn't do that. I was active in church.
Mhm.
I was teaching the young adult like,
Mhm.
young girls how to praise dance. I was leading
Mhm.
worship, like, so I didn't get the full quote unquote college experience where I'm like out there
Yeah.
exploring the world.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and sometimes I felt left out. At one
Mhm.
point, I did feel left out. I was like, maybe I'm not normal because I'm not
Mhm.
experiencing what everyone else is doing. But I
Right.
remember a friend telling me like, "No, you're doing what God calls you to do. Like keep going
There you
on
go.
your own path." So with your I mean with what you're doing right now, how what
Mhm.
would you say to anyone who's not active
Yeah.
in the church, or even maybe you can speak upon um how does it feel sometimes when you're
Yeah,
like active in church and like perhaps other people your age are not doing the same
for
thing?
sure. Yeah.
Right.
Firstly, I want to say I totally understand because I was there,
Mhm.
up to
Mhm.
recently. Um, I think I think this started before COVID, but COVID definitely enhanced what we're
Mm.
seeing today. Because
Right.
when we were in COVID, it was like we all had to stay home. We couldn't see anyone. We were watching church on the screen. And then, COVID slowly went away and
Mhm.
they opened church back up. But we were like, I could watch and experience church from home in my pajamas,
Right.
and
Right.
get some experience. So I understand. I also think there's a lot of hurt that happens in church that
Mhm.
a lot of people are not willing to give up because of what
Mhm.
people have said to them, and that is hard. But
Mhm.
one thing I can say is that when we come together as like believers for real, it's
Mhm.
different than being at home and praising God or worshiping in that sense. Because I've
Mhm.
done that too. I've had many Saturdays where I'm at home and I'm like, I'm not getting up. I'm tired. I
Mhm.
had a whole week where I had to work and I didn't want to see anyone. I can just
Yep.
worship from home. But
Mhm.
then it's like I feel like something is missing,
Mhm.
like I
Right.
don't feel connected to people. And
Mhm.
that's one thing that I think a lot of people are looking for, connection. So I would
Yes.
say to that young person, we all need support and connection. And although you may have been hurt, there's someone there
Mhm.
that loves and cares for you. And
Yeah.
all you need is that one person, right? So when I
Mhm.
started coming back to church more frequently, I realized I've always been in a space where I had to serve in church, and I've never just been a member, especially
Mhm.
because my dad is actually a pastor in Canada, right? So
Okay.
I've been in church my whole life. So
Mhm.
that can get tiring. I can understand that that can get tiring. And I realized when I went to Oakwood that I didn't actually have a real relationship with God. I
Mhm.
was just, I'm not gonna say I was forced to go to church, but because my parents were always there, I had to go with them. You know what I mean?
Right.
But when
Right.
I got to Oakwood, it was like I could choose to go on my own if I wanted to. I was like, oh,
Mhm.
well, do I want to go? Do I believe in what we're seeing? Do
Wow.
I want to be a part of this?
Mhm.
What are we even
Mhm.
talking about? And it
Mhm.
forced me to think about the things that I was taught. It made me um, think about, what do I want? Do I want a relationship with God? What does that look like? Does it have to look like
Mhm.
what my parents have, or is it something
Hmm.
unique to me and God? And once
Right.
I was honest with God about that, He showed me in many ways that He did want to have a relationship with me. And, I built, or we built something from there. And
Mhm.
I don't know. From there, I was able to feel God's love every time. Not even when I was in church, just day to day.
Right.
So I would
Yeah.
tell that person, we need connection, we need each other. Don't give up, don't give up on people.
Hmm.
It's we're all just trying, we're doing our best. Sometimes people say things that hurt us, but
Yes.
forgiveness is like, it's an amazing thing. Once you learn to
Mhm.
forgive, it's like your world opens back up. So that's what
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah.
Oh, you said so many good things. Like you said, Christianity is not meant to do alone. You need support. You
Yeah.
need love. You need community. I mean, like you said, you need the church. I mean,
Yeah. Where two or three
you
are
need
gathered.
Yes, come on, preach.
Ah,
I mean, like you need the church,
yeah,
and um,
you do.
a lot of times I think maybe we just grow up thinking that, oh, the church will miss us, but actually you need the church. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The church is gonna be there, but you need that. You need that fellowship. You need
Because
that.
we are the church.
We are the church,
Yeah.
right? Yes, yes. And I love how you said that you began a personal relationship with Christ.
Hmm.
That's key. I mean, as you said, a lot of us have grown up in church, we're PKs, where it
Yeah.
was routine. Like it's something you do. You
Right.
didn't know what was life without church because that was
Hmm.
just your household. And so I love how you said that at some point, and then this is true, at some point, everyone has to come to a point where they have to make a decision on their own
For themselves.
about where they are with their relationship with Christ. So with that being with that being said, in
Mhm.
that time, was that maybe the moment where you actually felt like, oh, this is what God has called me to be? Like I am a worship leader.
Mm. Honestly, no. It's taken me a long time
Mm,
to actually believe what God has said about me.
mm,
Like up to a year ago, not even a year ago, maybe a few months ago.
mhm,
And it's been a long and hard journey, a lot of tears, a lot of questioning. And I know some of that is the devil's plan to, like, get me sidetracked from
mhm,
where I need to be. Um, but I think God has positioned me. And when I look back, there's so many moments where I can see God's hand over my life. Like
mhm,
when I was at, not Oakwood, Andrews
mhm.
University, where I met you.
Yes.
When I got there, I had said, literally the first day I got there, I said, when I get here, I'm not doing anything in music. I just want to be in the background. I just want to, I don't
Wow.
want anyone to know who I am. I literally said that to one of my friends. I'm like, no, because at Oakwood, I was singing on praise team for AY. I was doing that stuff,
Mhm.
but I wasn't leading. I wasn't doing anything with choirs well, like I wasn't directing or anything like that. Right.
Right.
And so I was like, you know what? I don't want to do anything. And then someone was like, oh, you should join our choir. We have a gospel choir on campus. And I was like,
Mhm,
I'll see. So I did audition, and I sat in the back of the choir. I didn't really want to be up front. Um, but there came a time where I was approached and they were like, hey, I want you to be the choir director. Or,
mm,
hey, I think you should be the music director for AY or
mhm,
the worship leader at this church on campus. And
mhm,
I'm looking at them like, I've been in the bag. Why do you think I can do this? And I literally said to God, no,
mm.
I'm not doing it. I'm just trying to get my degree, get my master's, and
Get
get out of
out.
here. And
Mhm,
God was like, no, this is for you. And I was so scared
mm.
because I had never done that before. I didn't see myself in that light. I didn't
Wow.
see myself as a leader or someone who could lead people into worship or like
Mhm,
direct people. I'm an introvert. So
mhm.
I am good with being by myself and doing my
Yep.
own thing. And, all of these things call me to be in front of people and
Different. Yep.
talk, all of that. And I was like, this is not my personality, Lord. And I
Mhm.
remember I prayed about it. I said, Lord, if you really want me to do this, you have to let me maintain all A's in my master's because I was in a hard program. Um,
Right.
and I was like, I don't think I can do this, but if you want me to do this, you gotta get me through all of this.
Hmm.
And I literally heard God say, just do it. And I'm like, okay. And so I said yes to being the choir director. I said yes to worship leading, not knowing what I was doing at all. Like,
Wow.
no clue, never done it. And
Mhm,
I did it, and I started to see that what people saw in me, I didn't see it, but I was
mhm.
already equipped with what I needed to get the job done. God already had it.
Yeah.
And so it's like it activated once I said yes to God.
Hmm.
That's That's all I know. It activated.
Mm.
Like something happened. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it scared, Lord. But
Yes.
and so I didn't. And, even then, I was still unsure if I could be a worship leader or be a choir director. But as time has gone on, I've seen that God put me in that place so I can be the worship leader that I am today, or
Mm.
lead people in different genres of music because I was a choir director, or because I studied music.
Mm.
Now I can teach people this, or I can be a speech pathologist in this way, so
Mm.
everything happens for a reason. And yeah, so I'm still learning me, and I'm
Mm.
still trying to believe, like I said, what God has said about me. But I know now that I have a purpose, because he wouldn't have
Mm.
gone through all of that and just left me for dead
Bless
right now,
you.
yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I would have never known. I wish somebody could roll back a tape. I would have never known that during that
Never.
time that I met you, that it was your first time, like
First.
like I I I couldn't tell. I thought I was like, she's been
Wow.
doing this for a long time. She's called. She knows what she's doing.
Never. I would be up
Wow.
there shaking, like, I don't
Oh,
even know because as worship leaders, you have to say ad
yeah,
libs, you gotta lead the
yeah,
band, you gotta
yes.
it was a lot, but I think I had it in me and I just didn't see it.
Hmm. I love what you said. You said, I'm not sure if you heard what you said. You said, I said yes to God and he activated me.
Yeah,
And most of the times, God is just looking for us to say yes to
just
him.
a
It's
yes.
not that we have everything or we're equipped or
Mhm.
we have it all together, but he's actually just looking for a yes from somebody to just be used by him.
Right.
And God has truly used you. Like again, I would have never known that I am Jews.
I mean, up there, like, just doing whatever, because I
I
didn't.
I would have never known. And I can say that after seeing you a few times, and I'm trying to remember how. I can't remember. It's too long ago. I'm trying to remember how did I get to back you up, because when I remember seeing that you're the one leading, I was actually scared because I was like,
Scared.
she knows her notes. And if I'm messing up, because it was the three of us. It was me, Eden,
Uh-huh.
and
It was
is
someone
it
else.
Dan? Was it Daniel?
Who?
Is it Daniel? No. Who am I
Daniel.
thinking? Who am I thinking of? I can't remember who else. Who was the tenor in that group?
Oh, it might have been Brian, maybe.
Brian. Yes,
Yeah.
Brian. It was Brian. So yeah, and I'm like, I'm the only soprano. Lord,
You got it. You're a strong
you
soprano.
put me.
Don't let her
You
fool you
put me.
guys. She's a strong soprano.
So I was like, no, like I don't know what I'm doing. Because if you don't know, actually you you require excellence, and I appreciated about that about you. So when I came into that environment, because also I'm coming from a place where um I'm leading worship all the time, and most of the times
Mhm.
your team doesn't
Yeah.
have time to practice. We don't
Right.
have, you maybe on the day of you're rehearsing the song. You know what I mean? So you never get
Mhm.
time to be like, no, that's not the right. No, so at that time I appreciated being in that kind of environment, because
Mhm.
it's also, twerking things on my on my vocal cords. So
Yeah. I
so,
hear you.
but I'm so glad that God took you on that journey to be where
He
you
did.
are now. I mean, I see the videos now and I'm just like, she's going. She's God is just using her in different ways at different churches. Um, and so now,
Mhm.
because like I said in the beginning, something is brewing and something has been birthed. So can you tell us
Yes.
about your website, everything that you have just launched, so
Yes.
that we know how to support you, how we can, even someone who's watching this, how they can be connected with you?
Yes. Okay. Well, recently, I launched my website slash business, and the business is literally me. It's
Mhm.
me. So I am just showcasing all the gifts that God has given me in order to
Mhm.
help others.
Mhm.
So, like I said, I am a speech pathologist first. And so I have the credentials behind that, and I did the work for that. It was a lot of
Mhm.
years.
Mm.
So, what a speech pathologist does is they help to rehabilitate people with communication disorders.
Mhm.
So I work with a lot of uh, children as well as adults with autism or
Mm.
cerebral palsy, ADHD, all those things. And I help to bridge the gap that they're missing so they can communicate with other people every day, right? I'm
Right.
also showcasing voice therapy. That's a part of speech therapy, but I'm just specialized in voice. So,
Okay.
voice therapy and vocal coaching is a little different. So, voice therapy is when you pretty much, I'm helping people who may have vocal disorders such as nodules or polyps or, you know, hoarseness, things like that, that a lot of people develop over time through singing techniques that they're not using well. I'm helping to treat and prevent that.
Okay.
As well as vocal coaching is more so for people who want to improve their performance as a singer, you know, and they're learning
Mhm.
different techniques to help with presence when they sing, or just so they can reach higher notes, or just to be a better singer, right? I'm also doing piano lessons because, as you know, I am
Oh,
first a
yeah.
pianist.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that as well as vocal arranging. That's something
Okay.
I love to do. And if you
Mhm.
watch my videos on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, I'm always kind of rearranging songs that we all know and putting
Yeah.
different voicings behind it. It's just fun for me as a creative. Vocal producing, so helping other artists to have vocals on their songs and giving them new ideas on how to create better music, or you know, music that we can all feel when we listen to it. Um,
Mhm.
what else? If you look on my website, it's www.damarismorse.com. There's a
Okay.
whole list of stuff you can look at.
Yeah.
Worship leading is a big one that we also talked about. It's something
Mhm.
that I'm also passionate about, and
Mhm.
I'm just passionate about sharing God's love with others because I
Mhm.
know that God gave me his love when I was in my lowest moments up to like a few months
Yes.
ago, you know? And so
Mm.
I just want to share what he's done with for me through music for others and get bridge the
Mhm.
gap there. And then wedding singer. I love
Yeah.
weddings. I love love. I'm here
Yes.
for that service. So that's me. It's basically showcasing the gifts, like I said, that God has given me.
Right.
And yeah, He's given me a few talents that I think deserve to be appreciated. And
Mhm.
I just want to help others and
Mhm.
advocate for others. So there's also speech therapy on the side that I do.
Okay.
And I just quit my main speech therapy job, but I'm basically doing it on my own now.
Yes,
Mhm.
congratulations.
Thank you.
I love that, and I honestly feel like, and I'll talk to Paul about it, but we have so many connections, including you, with people who are in the healthcare and have
Mhm.
so much information that a lot of people could benefit from hearing from because, as you said, you work with children,
Yeah,
autism. It's it's I don't know how to say this, but it's easy when you haven't had a child yet, you don't you see it, right? But
yeah,
when you have your own child, sometimes you miss it.
yeah.
And it's good to have that such information, to
Mhm.
see how you can catch it right away or
Yeah.
what the things to do to help your child's speech,
Mhm.
and so I would love for you to come back and like do more awareness on all
For
of that
sure. Yeah.
speech therapy and even the vocal coaching. And I know time is running out. I told you time just runs
It
faster
goes quickly. It goes quickly.
than we think. but I do want you to share.
Mhm.
I want you to share one or two things.
Mhm.
One, I want you to share with us one song right now that is ministering to you right now, and
Mm.
why.
Okay. Let's see. Well, before I share the song,
Mhm.
I want to share that although I have done something that a lot of people see as successful, there are a
Mm,
lot of things happening in my life around that or to get there that
mm,
have made me feel like I want to give up.
mm,
And in those times I'm crying out to God like, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to do this still? Is this what you told me to do? Did I quit my
mm,
job for no reason? I thought you said to do this. But in
mm,
the midst of having those tears and that pain, I heard
mhm.
God say, keep going, hold on, because the best is yet to come.
Yes,
I don't even think this part of my life is the best. I think there's greater
yes.
because, like, when I was at Andrews, I thought that was my best moment. And then here I am today, this is my best moment. And in a year, there's going to be another moment that God has
Mm,
brought me to. So the
mm,
song I'm thinking about right now is by Stephen Manders and Decree. Is called Hold On.
mm,
And it
mm.
literally talks about, there are days when you feel like giving up, but God
Yeah.
is calling you to hold on. Don't let go
Mm,
because He's going
yeah.
to bring you through whatever it is.
Yes. Amen. Amen. I love that. And that's a whole nother episode. We can
Yeah.
talk about how as creatives, as worship leaders, we are our
Mhm.
own biggest critics. Actually, most of the
Yeah.
time, we hold ourselves back
Yeah.
because, and like you said, sometimes even the devil comes in and tries to make us believe that this is not it. This is not
Yeah.
what this is not what we're supposed to do.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. It's not going to make sense to
Right.
everybody. But like you said, God has called you to even greater. And I said it before, like, if no one knows your name now, they all should write down to know your name because the best is yet to
It's
come.
yet to
And I
come.
truly believe it. Like when I saw you launch that video, I was like, yes, come on, D Major. We
That's
are here. We are here to support you.
I
And
appreciate it.
I'm just truly excited. And for those who are watching, make sure you do check her out on her website, her Instagram, her
Yeah.
YouTube, everything, because I'm telling you that God is just going to take you to nations. And I'm not just saying it just to say it, but I do truly believe that God is going to take you to different nations. And the Bible says your gift shall make room for you.
Mm.
And that's literally what you're doing.
I would listen. It's been rough. It's been hard. And up to yesterday, I had a
Mhm.
moment where I'm like, what are we doing, God? What's happening? But
Mm,
I do believe, like what you said, my gift will make room for me. The
yeah.
gift He's given me will make room.
Yes.
And I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that happen as we speak. So
Mm.
I am grateful. Even this, the podcast,
Mm,
I'm grateful for
mm.
this. And for you.
Oh, I'm grateful for you too. And I need to book my vocal coaching. I need to I have I need some music producing because I truly still I know I need to do something with that. I do.
Yes, you need
So
an album.
so
Okay.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So thank you. I mean, I'm just so excited for you, and I'm so glad that you're able to come on here and just to share with us what God is doing in
Yeah.
your life and
Yeah.
everything that you have going on. And so we just pray that the Lord will continue to open doors for you, more
Mhm.
clients to come in, and just to just for God to keep taking you from glory to one glory and glory
Yeah.
until then. So, yeah, thank you so much for coming in
Thank
and
you for
may
having me.
God bless you. And for those who have been tuning in on today's episode, thank you so much for joining us. And make sure to like, share, and also uh, if you didn't get a chance to listen to this, it will be on Spotify too as well, so that
Mm.
people can listen to the audio today's episode. So yes, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we love you, and God bless
Love
you
you.
all.